Tommy and Diamond suspect a snitch in the previous episode of Power Book 44 Season 2 and test their close circle. Tommy is given a crucial piece of information by Miranda. The conflict between Miguel and Markovich reaches a boiling point. Power Book 44's Season 2 final is a significant event for Tommy, Diamond, and the CBI team. For the most part of Season 2, Tommy and Diamond worked on a scheme to become the top players in Chicago's drug trade. Miguel Garcia was a dangerous and violent individual who had a direct connection to the cartel, and both of them wanted to cut out the middleman. Tommy plans the grand conclusion of his long-term plan to dominate the Chicago drug trade. The beginning theme tune, which features Jeremy and Lil Durk, and is performed by executive producer 50 Cent, inspired the poetic title of this episode, Powder Powder Respect. Vic Flynn, who Tommy found to be the CBI rat giving information to the authorities, is where we begin. Tommy deceives Vic about the location of a meet in order to prevent Vic from reporting him to the police, which throws off the FBI's scheme to apprehend Tommy. On the other hand, they lose yet another officer and gain Claudia, Markovich, and the Serbs. Vic is put in danger when he discovers that Tommy gave him the incorrect address for the meeting, since he is aware that he is working with the FBI. The attempt to save Vic before he might be killed is made in the last moments of the episode, but we won't know if it is successful until Season 3. Tommy and Diamond's next task is to avoid Miguel and his crazy prince's crew. Miguel can now clearly see that Tommy is vying for his position, and his only option is to murder Tommy. In an attempt to accomplish this, Miguel dispatches his associate Nasi, but Tommy intervenes to defend himself and ends up killing Nasi. He successfully eludes Miguel and his group, and Tommy and Diamond meet with Chi to offer him a position directly beneath him at Cartel. Despite their first plan to force Miguel away, Chi lets CBI take over the Serbs' position as a result of Markovich and his team's imprisonment. Miguel, Tommy, and Diamond are given strong instructions by Chi to compete in good health and not to take any kind of revenge. Even though they both agree, Miguel takes the initiative to confront Chi by removing Maria from Tommy as soon as he finds out about their connection. The reappearance of D-Mac, who is determined to rejoin CBI in spite of Tommy and Diamond's objections, occurs elsewhere in the episode. As a favor for Diamond, D-Mac goes out of his way to kill Mad Dog, the teenage killer of Leon, in an effort to win their favor. This puts things in a difficult position because Mad Dog is King Kilo's nephew, who was instrumental in the alliance the CBI established around Chicago. Fortunately, Jenard assists King Kilo in reaching a compromise so that he refrains from taking revenge against CBI as a whole. In related news, Jenard and Shanti are still hard at work on their scheme to weaken Tommy and Diamond's authority within CBI. Their plan is in motion as they give Miguel the impression that Tommy and Maria are having a sexual relationship, which would undoubtedly cause Tommy a lot of problems but present Jenard and Shanti with a perfect opportunity. Finally, Tommy does little to assist his mother after she overdoses on drugs in front of him. Tommy's refusal to assist is enough to force JP to cut off contact with Tommy for the time being, but fortunately, JP is there to call for an ambulance and transport her to the hospital. In Season 2 of Power Book 44, Jenard has advanced significantly. He changed from being Tommy's adversary and Diamond's mistrusted sibling to a reliable CBI member. With the passing of his father and a brief drug addiction, Jenard experienced highs and lows, but he pulled himself together to be welcomed back to CBI. Don't be duped into believing that Jenard supports Tommy and Diamond's intentions for CBI in spite of everything. In the background, he is assisting Shanti, a fellow Chicagoan and gang leader who also happens to be his romantic interest, in eliminating Tommy and Diamond in order to take control of CBI. When it comes to Tommy and Diamond, Jenard goes above and above to win them back. He even manages their business affairs. By emailing Miguel a photo of Tommy kissing Maria, Jenard and Shanti advance their plot to undermine Tommy and Diamond's objectives. Though Power, Powder, Respect ends with a peak of the massive harm that would ensue, the entirety of it will be revealed in Season 3. Nevertheless, Jenard and Shanti proceed with their plan to take over CBI, and we may applaud them for making such a bold and impressive action. Not only is Shanti fully supportive of Jenard's scheme to seize control of CBI, but she is also in charge of it. Shanti tried her best to help Jenard win back Tommy and Diamond's favor, while simultaneously gaining Claudia's favor by participating in her operation in Chicago's Viagra Triangle. She then took advantage of this to inform Tommy about Claudia's activities, in an effort to win his favor and earn his trust. In the season finale, Shanti's efforts were rewarded when she assisted Tommy in deceiving Claudia into being arrested and, most likely, dying. Tommy grew more trusting of her throughout, which helped to put her in a position where she could easily set him up for failure without having to worry about him turning on her. Shanti does this by giving Miguel the photo of Tommy and Maria, and it looks like her ascent to the top is well underway. Tommy Egan ranked in the top 2 on the weekly Power Players list for a significant portion of Season 2. On his worst days, he was Diamond's sidekick, allowing the local Chicagoan to make the essential moves to advance their objective. He paved the way for CBI's mission to take over Chicago. But even if Tommy wins this week, he loses on 2 fronts that are very important to him. First, Tommy's relationship with his younger sister is revealed to Miguel by a picture that Jenard and Shanti provided him of Tommy and Myriad kissing. Tommy doesn't know how Miguel found out, but it isn't really important because Miguel is aware of it and appears to have taken action to ensure that Tommy and Maria never cross paths again. Tommy had done a good job up to this point in the season of striking a balance and defending what's important to him, but Miguel's move against him has now put an end to that run. Second, because D-Mac's decision to kill Mad Dog, the adolescent killer of Leon, guarantees that King Kilo will kill D-Mac once he escapes from prison. It may prove troublesome for CBI. Tommy warned D-Mac about the streets, so he probably won't argue with the choice to kill him. But adding D-Mac to his growing list of lost family members won't be good for him. Tommy loses to Diamond this week since Tommy had some success in the Season 2 final. First off, even if it was troublesome, D-Mac feels satisfied with his victory over Mad Dog, since it formally avenges Leon's death without requiring him to do anything or run the risk of running afoul of the law. Then, he succeeds in persuading Jenard to consult with King Kilo so that the latter is prevented from taking revenge on CBI for the demise of his nephew Mad Dog. The alliance that Tommy and Diamond had spent so much time building in the Chicago region would be destroyed by a counterattack. It's obvious that Diamond's season came to a successful conclusion when you consider that he and Tommy managed to avoid being apprehended by the FBI and that they struck a new agreement with Chi and the cartel. Unlike Tommy, he didn't lose anything, but if their relationship deteriorates, things may soon change for him and other people as well. Power, Powder, Respect, the Season 2 final, is a major victory for CBI, save for the final few minutes. Even prior to the agreement with the cartel, Tommy and Diamond's coalition proved to be quite advantageous. All product prices began to decline, and alliance members began to make more money than they had previously. Now that the cartel agreement is in place, the profit will only rise. Even though CBI and Miguel's gang now operate on the same playing field, it is obvious that CBI has the ability to remove Miguel from the Chicago narcotics trade. Before, CBI moved product for both Miguel and the cartel. However, now that it's only the cartel, Miguel stands to lose a significant amount of money, and CBI stands to make an even greater amount. Despite their disagreement at the end of the second season final, Tommy and Diamond managed to complete their task for CBI, and it is hoped that they can work things out and keep pushing Tommy forward.